Howdy, y'all! What have we here? This is not an online multiplayer first-person shooter. No, this is Uncharted 3. Of course, it can be played online. Tragically, it is third person. But, hey, I'm not here to talk about online. I haven't even tried online. I don't know if I'm even going to bother with the online because, well, first of all, PlayStation 3 is this weird thing about not liking to actually connect to the internet. But aside from that, this is just an amazing single-player experience. And I feel that it's really what the Uncharted series is all about. Putting together an amazing spectacle of a game that just from beginning to end is constantly thrilling you and just making you incredibly happy. I mean, it's really the top tier of, single player experiences. And one thing I just have to say to y'all is I hope you aren't a console specific person, a fanboy for one system or another, because a great game is a great game regardless of console. If you have to pick up a Wii to play a great game, go ahead and do it. Because, if you're a gamer, that's what should come first, is the quality of the gaming experience. And you should always go where the great games are. And yes, it can be expensive, trying to own every console. But hey, I personally think the payoff is well worth the expenses. But, this game has been receiving amazing reviews. And it's no doubt going to be a major Game of the Year contender, just as Uncharted 2 was a couple years ago. And it's easy to see why. Just watch a sequence like this. You go from gameplay to this sort of like pre-scripted event, back to gameplay so seamlessly, and it just happens throughout the entire game. The opening sequence is in essence this giant bar brawl that is just constantly doing this, and I have never experienced anything like it. Here we go again. We're going through a pre-scripted event to having to shoot these guys. It's sort of like an intermixture of actual gameplay and a pre-scripted event. It's amazing. Think about it. This is just a sequence of two guys running up a flight of stairs, and it's turned into this incredibly thrilling and tense experience that you really don't see in many other games. Yeah, we know that eventually the good guys are going to make it through. They always do. In essence, this is your summer blockbuster action-adventure movie. Your good summer blockbuster action-adventure movie. We're not talking about the latest Michael Bay film here. This is more your Steven Spielberg kind of thing. And, yeah, the good guys are always going to win, but it's just such an incredible thrill ride from beginning to end. You can't help but love it. The characters are amazingly well written and beautifully acted. It's so much like an Indiana Jones movie, only better because you're participating in it, and there is a bit more violence. Unfortunately, you never punch anybody into a whirling airplane propellers, but you get to run through a burning, collapsing Renaissance mansion, and that's definitely a very fun experience. And one reason I sort of chose this bit of gameplay is because it's actually something people have seen before. If you paid attention to this game's development, this was a thing they showed off relatively early, and I don't want to ruin too much of the story. Suffice it to say, the good guys and the bad guys are all chasing after an ancient treasure, and the sort of the trail has led them here. The bad guys are sort of trying to burn this whole chateau to cover their tracks. The good guys have to escape. Now, one thing I want you to watch is this wall I'm currently leaned up against. Notice how you have the wallpaper burning away, and then the wall disintegrating beneath it. It's a small thing, but damn, is that impressive? I've never quite seen anything like that in a video game before. And here, this whole sequence shows us another great thing about this game. It's just talking about sort of like seamless integration of various elements. Here you have the gunplay and the melee combat working together so beautifully. This whole event is great. I wouldn't quite put on the same level as the train sequence in Uncharted 2. And by the way, if you have not played Uncharted 2 yet, you simply have to play that game. It is absolutely amazing. I haven't gone through enough of this game to say whether or not it bests Uncharted 2. Though I will say Uncharted 2's sort of like ending level was a little annoying and disappointing, but you can't have complete perfection all the way through all the time. But dang it, this game does take it pretty freaking close. Anyways, we're coming to the end of the sequence here. I hope you've been enjoying this. Hopefully it's piqued your interest in it. If you haven't picked up this game yet, go right ahead. It's incredible. You'll probably see the sequence, an hour to 2 hours in, depending on how quickly you go through it. But anyways, I hope you liked it. Like the video, subscribe to the video if you really enjoyed what you're seeing and hearing right now, as we see Nathan Drake and Sully run for their lives as the chateau sees its last moments of burning, collapsing life. Anyways, if you have any comments, any suggestions for future videos, any ideas for improvement, please tell me. Once again, this is Analog Hooves signing out. Thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.